Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Death Wish Hot Rods and Customs. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup.
Yeah. Me and myself a bit.
Oh, mate. Well, thanks for joining us on the show, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, Justice for the Damned have just been announced for this massive 2-day night and day festival on December 30 and 31st. And it's at a fucking castle in Ballarat.
Yeah, I know.
Mate.
Can't wait.
What a way to wrap up the year, dude.
I
wish I was doing that.
True. I'm actually so stoked to be doing that. It's actually gonna be so fucking good. Have you seen the map? Like the map of the where all the things are allocated?
No.
Dude, there's a map. If you go online and look, like you know when you used to go to Soundwave and you get like you'd have the set times, but then you'd also have like the map of like the spot. It's the exact same thing. And then it has like number 1 is like, cloakroom. Number 2 is like this or whatever. And number 2, it literally says the battlefield. And that's like where the stage is. And it's like actually where they used to like joust and shit, like where the actual like battles were like in the castle. And then it says like there's a maze, and then there's like the place where you drink beer and shit. It's so fucking cool. It's actually hectic. It's totally like reminiscent of all the Soundwave days that like
I think I might have to use that plane ticket and get my ass down there, right?
Yeah, fucking oath for sure.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and the lineup, dude, is insane. You got Parkway Drive, Polaris, you guys, Clowns, Void of Vision, To the Grave, man, and a whole bunch of other bands. And they're all, I'm pretty sure they're all your buddies. They're all your mates.
Yeah, a lot of them are we know like 70 to 80% of that lineup.
Hectic.
It's so cool. That's actually the most exciting thing about this entire like lockdown is when people send you emails about tours or like festivals. It's all Australian only, right? So it's like, oh, like who do I get to hang out with? Like, like it's kind of like fun like that. It's like, oh, I get to hang out with Alpha today. Like it's fucking mad. Or like not today, like that day. Like we get to hang out with them at this festival. Like that's gonna be so fun. You know what I mean? That's cool.
How does it work with the 2 days? Are you playing 2 sets or are you just...
So we're playing on the Thursday. So it's like Polaris are headlining Thursday and then Parkway headline Friday. And then we're playing the Thursday and then hang out and like do New Year's in Ballarat. It's going to be fucking sick.
Man, that is sick. And it's a good warm-up because you're hitting the road with Polaris. A couple of those shows are sold out.
Yeah, in like a couple of months after. We've been really good friends for a long time. We're both from Sydney, and we like grew up together. And we're doing their headline tour in I think he got moved to March, February, March. I think he got moved to. Yeah, can't wait.
Man, have you done any shows or anything over the last?
So we did. So like in this year. At the start of the year, New South Wales, Victoria, most of the states are talking like we're opening up. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Queensland is still pretty open, isn't it?
Yeah.
So New South Wales and Victoria, I think opened for. I'm not going to talk about Victoria because I'm not from there, but New South Wales opened up for like a whole like 2-3 months or something. It was like towards June, before June. And then we booked the Pain is Power headline tour and we started it and we started Sunshine Coast. We went Sunshine Coast, Brisbane, Newey, Sydney, Canberra, Wollongong. And we did all those shows. And then it was June 20th, I think. And then the next day we went into lockdown. And then Victoria also went into like lockdown as well. Because there was a thing where we could have potentially have flown to South Australia and only played Adelaide and then flown home and then could have potentially had to quarantine for 14 days at home.
Man.
And then only had Melbourne left, but we were like, we can't afford to do that yeah, like it was just like a whole kerfuffle because I think Victoria got locked down first, and then when like a state gets locked down, that all the other states go, well, if you go to and from there, you're gonna have to quarantine, or you're just not allowed to, which is fair enough. Like you're protecting,
yeah.
But it's like it made our job a little bit harder because we were like every day was changing. One morning it was like you can go to Victoria for this, and then the next morning it was like you can't go, and then the next morning it was like lockdown. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. And it just got postponed. And then now it got postponed again.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I know it's hard at the moment, eh? Like
it is. Yeah, thank you so much. But it is what it is. You got to roll with the punches.
Hopefully soon, though. I mean, it's good that everything's starting to be booked even in advance because it is going to happen. Life is going to get back to normal. And I like that you guys are going to hit the ground running. Especially you got a lot to make up for with that album, man. That's a fucking solid album, man. That Thank you. And that new single too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And we can't wait. We can't wait to play shows because most of New South Wales is actually vaccinated now, and Victoria is like slowly catching up. So everything's gonna like really open. I know New South Wales opens October 18, like if everything's on track, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hope so too. We got family literally just over the border.
True.
Yeah, so it's
like at Tweedheads, kind of.
We got no further.
Like, right. Okay.
There's more. So
okay. Yep.
The in-laws. So they're like
gotta keep them happy.
Yeah, they're hanging to see the grandkids. But in regards to the festival though, are you going to get amongst it? You and the boys going to, dress up, getting some armor?
See, I don't know. I'm not really the like when someone invites me to a costume party, I'm always like, fuck. Like I'm not the type of bloke. I love to party. I love to like have fun and create memories, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never like when someone goes costume party, nothing in my brain goes, oh my God, I cannot wait. But I'm saying that I'm not a naysayer. Like I'm not like, oh, I don't want to fucking do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But it's just nothing like clicks in my head. You know what I mean? But I don't know, like everyone in the band is like so just down for a good time. Like I'm sure like one of the boys are going to be like, hey, like I'm going to do this. And then it's going to be like a domino effect. And all the rest of them are going to be like, I'm going to do that too. And then they're all going to like wear or do something. But I don't know, like it's New Year's, you know what I mean? Like it's like December into January is like the happiest time of year. Everyone's on holiday. Everyone's like, spreading love, and I definitely can see like some funny shit happening.
Oh man, what about those ring rates from Lord of the Rings?
Those what?
The ring rates?
What are they?
They're like the black hooded, and they got like the very.
And they fly on the things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Imagine that shit on stage. Yeah, dude. Death metal. In my case, I'd like looking like a hobbit or some shit with a hairy feet, but that'd be kind of cool. And then,
dude, all of that shit is cool.
Mate,
all of that shit, yeah. Like that's what I mean. Like I haven't thought about it. You know what I mean? Like someone asked me yesterday, like, "Are you going to do anything for the medieval castle thing?" And I'm like, "Mate, I'm still thinking about fucking band prac. I'm not there yet." You know what I mean? Like we need to come up with a set, bro. I need to learn how to sing again. Like fuck. Like
have you been jamming at all? You haven't been.
No, we're fully locked down here.
Okay.
Like me personally, I'm stuck within a 5 kilometer radius of like my area, but which is like honestly, like it's really not as martial law as people think it is. Like it's not, like it is strict. Obviously, everyone abides by the rules, but it's not as like crazy as the media like makes it out to be. Mental health is definitely like a very low point because people are abiding the rules. People are staying home and not mingling with people. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, we haven't jammed. But that's actually came up the other day. We're like, fuck, we're so keen to jam.
It's, man, I couldn't imagine. I'm sorry to hear that because I know what it's like. It's that one day a week you sort of look forward to. I know, man. Like, and you're going crazy not doing it, So I feel for you, man. Where have you got an idea when?
So New South Wales meant to open up on the 18th of October.
18th of October, that's right. So
we can prac, but shows won't be back then because there's like the whole standing rule.
Yeah.
Like when from the 18th onwards, you can stand up with an alcoholic beverage in an outdoor setting, one person per whatever square meter rule it is.
Mm.
So like technically, if you got an outdoor venue in Sydney, you could play a show on the 19th, I think. But it would be like a cap reduce. Like we sold out the Manning Bar in Sydney on one of the Sydney shows. We did 2 Sydney shows, and Manning Bars are like, you know, usually like a 800-900 cap room, and we were only allowed to sell just shy of 300 tickets.
Wow, man!
Because of like the law. Yeah,
I'm
it was like that in Queensland too, actually.
Yeah, so I'm trying to keep up with all the different things going on, and I'm just trying to keep, you know, so I probably sound like I don't know what's going on around the whole.
No, you're right.
I'm trying to absorb it all and keep up, but everything changed so quickly. But
it does. It's so true. It truly does,
man. But of course, well, I mean, we're talking about your latest single, Sever. What makes me like them? That was released back in March. Right?
Yeah.
And that's such a brutal track. And was that released? Oh, sorry, was it written around the same time as Pain is Power, or was it?
Yeah, it's all in the same session. So like that was actually meant to be on Pain is Power, and then when we came home and we were going through, you know, the track list and everything, everyone was like, "Fuck, like I love this song, but it just doesn't sound coherent when you like put it in context of the record." And then everyone was just like, "Do you just want to just put it aside for a second and then just chuck it out later?" And everyone's like, "Yep, cool."
Were there any other tracks that didn't make the cut?
No, that was it. We didn't do like a B-side thing. You know what I mean? We didn't like do like, we just got all like the best material and we just recorded and put that out. And that was the other thing. We didn't want to like put out Sever as like a B track. You know what I mean? Like we didn't want it to be like a vinyl exclusive where it just sits on the back end and it just gets flogged like a dead horse. You know what I mean? Like we didn't want anything like that. We wanted to be like, hey, like we wrote this song. It's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah.
No, it's a fucking awesome song, man. So I'm glad that, you know, it did see the light of day. But have you guys been throwing back ideas behind the scenes?
We're always recording. We have recorded, and always writing. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we have been recording here and there, like while we when we can in the lockdowns. But we always are. Like it's not like a secret. You know what I mean? Like we're always writing and recording music because at the end of the day, you know, it's what we love to do, you know, like we're artists end of the day. So yeah. So like, yeah, there is so much happening behind the scenes. Always happening behind the scenes. It's never a secret, honestly. Never.
I mean, but the album came out last year and it's such a dark album. So, I mean, some of the subjects on this thing are very, very heavy lyrically.
Thank you. You're one of very few people to like, people have reviewed it and said that, but I've done a few interviews and no one's really picked up on that. So thank you.
Yeah, I can feel it's got a lot of weight behind it.
Yes.
So beyond the heavy guitar, you know, but there's a lot going on, man. And as a vocalist and someone has to sing that stuff, you find that you have to kind of shake that off after you perform those tracks or even when you recorded them. Because it's that's a fantastic question, bro. I don't know. Wow, great question. Honestly, thank you so much for asking that. In live, it's safe to say that I feel a bit like I usually use the terms of like chakra. Like I feel like my chakra is depleted like after every show, which is like pretty like normal and stuff. But in the studio was like pretty crazy because I don't write all the lyrics. Like we all write together. Nick and Kieran did like most of the biggest chunk of Pain is Power, but my best attribute, my strongest asset is that I'm heaps good at getting something and then making it better and then putting that on the table. So like I'm not the best at creating something from the start, but if you give me something that's half done, like I can like direct it and like make it like a lot better. That's like my strength. So like going through all the lyrics of the record and going through everything. When we were recording it, there were some days where we would record it and Steve was engineering my vocals in New Jersey. And there were some days where it wasn't my voice. It was like, I just couldn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? I was just like, hey, like, can we just stop? Like, I'm done. I'm just going to go listen to some depressing music and just eat some Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Just because you have to believe what you're saying. You can't
You know what I mean? Like all the lyrics is like a truly, I'm really singing it. Like I'm not just reading a piece of paper. Like it's really there, and I'm completely empathizing with everything there. And I'm trying to project that out of my throat. You know what I mean?
And it's not just that, like for me as well, like I find it, you know, as a singer myself, like it's not just physical, it's mental and emotional as well. And you're right, you channel those things because it's kind of like an actor, you know what I mean? You kind of bring that into your heart and you push it out.
Spiritual.
100%. And there's a sacred thing to that, and you absorb those energies, and you got to try and shake it off, man, you know. And sometimes when you go to those places, man, so how do you do that? What's your ritual to sort of shake off those vibes?
I'm really like, as an individual, I'm like very grateful, like for like a lot of things, and that's usually what grounds me. I don't mean to cut off that question with a really short answer, but like,
no.
As soon as it like if I ever feel a certain way after singing like something, or if I ever like feel a certain way after a show, because halfway through, like I've literally tapped into the lyrics. I usually like I tap out, like I turn the switch really quickly. Like I'm really good at that, so I'm really blessed. I've never fallen, you know what I mean? Like I've never like gotten off stage and be like, oh fuck, like I need to fucking go home. That's never happened. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how. I think it's because I'm just grateful. But yeah, just grateful to be around the people I love and stuff, you know.
I think that maybe that's it as well. It balances it out.
Yeah.
The good vibes with the
exactly.
You played a show. I guess there's that too. You know, because you're on that high from playing a show that you just like. Yeah.
And it's like, you know, when you were young, like you would play shows to no one and stuff. And when the band was a lot smaller, and it's like even playing to like 30, 40 people, like you get off stage and it's like, dude, like that's fucked up that like 30 people just came out and just watched me. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, like thank you. Thank you so much.
And now you're packing out venues all over the place, man. Like even in Europe and stuff, man. You've toured Europe.
Yeah, a few times now, yeah. Never headlined, but we've supported a few times, yeah.
Man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, I remember the first time I went to Europe, of course, the first few days, you know, you're getting used to everything. It's way more intense over there because it's every day and everyone's always working, you know what I mean? And then some days you might feel a little bit run down. And then I remember all of us were having this talk and we're just like, fuck, like I remember when we were young and like, we're like, oh, like we would watch YouTube videos of this person live or like whatever. And it's like, wait, that's us, bro. You know what I mean? It's like you can't let down like the 15-year-old self that, you know what I mean? Like if 15-year-old me was looking at me now and saw me buckling for anything, he'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Exactly. You can't let that person of you down, that part of you down. So.
Yeah, 100%, man. Well, I mean, because you're heading back there with Die Art and Malevolence. I can't even.
Malevolence,
Malevolence, King 810, and one of my new favorite bands. I know they're not that new, but Alluvial.
Yeah.
Dude, man, Kev's a legend. Wait till you hang out with him. He's a sick dude. He's like the best dude. Man, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait. Honestly, so stoked about that. I remember we got the offer. The answer was literally just yes. Like, do you want to do this? And I was like, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Man, so jealous. I wish I could just go over there and just be a fly on the wall for that tour, man. Incredible.
They're incredible experiences. I won't lie to you. I won't play it down for you. It is crazy, yeah.
Yeah, you just go, oh, that's all right. A few thousand people turn on.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's an incredible experience, especially I actually like almost like not headlining, and I like being like a fly on the wall, as you said, and like watching people like froth over the headline band, like in Germany, you know what I mean? Like they're just so passionate and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, you guys don't even speak the same language. You know, like that's so cool to me, you know, like that's such an awesome experience to just be a part of, you know.
It's a good scene to be a part of. I mean, the metal's the kind of thing you can go anywhere in the world and see someone wearing a shirt and just give them the nod.
Yeah, you know, it's so true.
I was in Toy World the other day, and there was a dude walked past me wearing a Nia Bliviscara shirt. He's like, hey, sick shirt, man. I'm like, hey, sick shirt, man. I'm like, weirdest places, man.
I love doing it to people wearing Justice merch. Is my favorite. I'm like, hey, nice shirt. And they're like, oh, thank you. And then they take a second. They're like, hey, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, ninja vanish. But of course, I mean, you've got a ton of things in the works. I'm sure that you're going to spill all the beans for me right now. You're going to tell me everything that's going on. Full Tilt is in there too, I believe.
Yeah, we do. So we have the 9-day festival, New Year's. We have Full Tilt, and then we have the end of the Painters Power Tour. So that's Melbourne, Frankston, and Adelaide. And then we have the Polaris shows. And then there's a gap. And then there's the Europe. And then in that gap, we're actually currently filling that. Like, I don't actually know what it is. But it's going to be like some sort of Australian tour. And then we're trying to get to the US.
Yeah, true.
Well, but the thing is, it's like the whole borders thing. Like, we just don't know. Yeah.
Have you done US yet?
No. We've been there to record, but we haven't been there to tour.
Wow, man.
How
was it recording in the US though?
It was crazy. It was like, I can talk about this for literally hours, but it was like so crazy to be taken completely out of your world and put into something completely brand new. But it was also familiar because it's like you're recording, you know what I mean? But it was completely brand new. And we finished tour with Fit for an Autopsy, and we flew from London to New York, and then we recorded like straight away. So we weren't home, you know what I mean? And it was crazy because what actually happened was Will actually did us like a huge favor. Massive shout out to Will Putney. He did us a massive favor, and he like squeezed us in when there was no room. So what actually happened was that, so he like has his studio, and he can have 2 bands sleeping there at the same time. But we were like a third band that was kind of in between the other 2, and he slotted us in. And it was one of the members of Dillinger Escape Plan. I forget his name. I always hate saying this part because I forget his name, but he's the one that let us stay in his studio in Rockaway, which was 45 minutes away from Will's studio. And then we had one of Will's engineers. And what actually happened was that Will came, we went through all of the pre-pros, and then Will was like, this is my vision, this is everything that we should do, I've written everything down, and this is Steve, and let's just, you guys and Steve run it straight, and I'm going to be checking in on you, and then after 2 weeks you come back to New Jersey, and then all of us will then smash out the final 2 weeks. So it was 4 weeks total. And in Rockaway it was like, so you're from Brizzy, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, Goldie. I'm the Gold.
You're from Goldie? Okay, that's perfect. Imagine like going to like Tweedheads or like Byron Bay, somewhere more rural, but still like populated, but like like more rural, and then just living in like one of those suburbs, like not in the main, like it was like a suburb, and we had like a Dunkin' Donuts, which is like a 24/7 donuts Macca's, and then you have like a Woolies, and then we were underneath like a weightlifting gym. And it was just like, everyone's just American ads. And we would go like into shops, like into like rural, and be like, hello, you know, g'day, can I please get a foot-long sandwich, please? And they would be like, who the fuck are you? Like, where are you guys from? Like, what do you, and it would always be like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, why are you in Rockaway? And we actually met some people that wanted to leave America. It was so weird. They would like confess how much they didn't like the country that they lived in. And they would always be like, I want to move to Australia.
Everyone should just move here.
Yeah, it's great here.
It is. We're pretty damn lucky, hey?
Yeah, but it's kind of the fucking lot, honestly.
Yeah, man.
So grateful.
Absolutely.
But yeah, sorry, I feel like I might have gone a bit off track, but that was recording Penis. And then also like experiencing like true masters of the arts like Will. And like the thing is that I feel as though a lot of people don't know, but Will's team is like on steroids, bro. Like they're crazy. Like it's truly a team. Like it's truly like when you're there, like you're getting taken care by like everyone. You know what I mean? They're all so smart. They're all switched on. Like they're all fucking legends, man.
Oh man. I want to do it now, hey?
Dude, awesome. Yeah, we straight away, as soon as we left, like on the plane, we were like, yeah, we're doing that again.
And have you been talking to him about doing it again at some point?
We've been talking about other things, but not album 3.
No.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like we're releasing new music, but the thing is, it's like if we release album 3, we haven't even played any.
Yeah. Of course.
So it's the weird juggle of like, where do we put it? Yeah, it's actually
understandable.
Yeah, because it's like there's also there's always like that little bit of business and political side to music, and it's like all right, we got to play these songs because if we don't play the songs, then why do we record them? You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, but we want to put out new music. We're musicians.
100%. Well, man, I hope I can get to see you guys very, very soon. That's for sure. Up here in the Goldie, you should come up and.
Actually, we were going to. Funny enough, it was either between Sunshine Coast or Goldie for the second Brisbane show, like Queensland show. And Chaz, our drummer, is from Sunshine Coast, so we chose Sunshine Coast. But the next time we choose Goldie. Yeah.
Moe's come should play Moe's.
All right, cool.
Moe's Desert Clubhouse. That's where it's at, or Vinny's, but either one. That's where it's at, man. It's been awesome hanging out with you, dude. Thank you so much
thank you so much for having me. I feel like I babbled so much. I haven't never babbled this much in an interview before.
Man, it's a hang. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. Well, I'm usually got a beer, but I'm having a mug of Mandalorian.
Do you like Star Wars?
Oh, do I like Star Wars? Well,
I'm not gonna.
Do you like Star Wars? Is the question.
I do. But I feel like you might out Star Wars me. But I do. I really like the Mandalorian.
Best.
Dude. Best. Like I feel like it was just so good.